Okay, which chapter is going on?
Air and oxygen, sir.
Air and oxygen, right. So we continue with the air and oxygen today. Okay? So, here Pavan, are you were there in the class, previous class also?
Only sometimes and this.
Okay, okay. So don't miss the classes. Okay? So this all we discussed. So air is a mixture of gases, and air forms atmosphere around the earth and has layers like exosphere or okay troposphere, and these all we completed now. Till where we completed, Bhaskar? From here I think we have to start. Yes? In the last class we have completed up to nitrogen, I think. Yes, Bhaskar and Pavan. What happened? Unmute and say.
Yes, sir.
So your nitrogen part in the last class was completed. In the today's class we are going to discuss about the oxygen. Is this clear? Right. So already we discussed that air is a mixture of gases, and the most important okay constituents of the atmosphere are nitrogen and oxygen. Okay. And also we discussed that nearly 71%, sorry, 79% of oxygen is present in the 78% of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere, and 21% of oxygen is present. Okay. And remaining 1% other gases are present in the atmosphere, right? And we discussed in the previous class about the major component of atmosphere, that is nitrogen. So we discussed about the nitrogen.
What is the atomic number of gallium, sir?
Yes.
What is the atomic number of gallium?
Gallium. Nitrogen positive gallium. 1 minute. Borons, aluminiums, boron, aluminium, gallium. Boron, aluminium, gallium. So that is boron is 5, aluminum is 13, 18,
What is atomic number of gallium?
31.
31, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
31 is the atomic number of gallium. Okay. So here now today we discuss about the oxygen. You know that oxygen one of the most important gas that is present in the air. Yes or no? And
Yes, sir.
most available element under the earth crust is also oxygen only. Okay, most available element under the earth crust okay is also oxygen only. Oxygen nearly 46.6 percent by mass of the earth crust. Understood? And you know that dry air, normally air consists of 21% approximately, that is 20.9% of oxygen is present in the atmosphere. And you know that oxygen is not a metal, it's not a metal, it's a gas, it's a non-metal, it's a gas. And the most important thing is that oxygen is available in the form of O2. Oxygen symbol is what? O. You know that. Oxygen symbol is what? O, means that is oxygen atom. But in the atmosphere, oxygen do not available in the form of O. Okay, but it is available. It exists in the form of O2, oxygen molecule. O2. Is this clear? What is the symbol of oxygen? Symbol of oxygen is O. O is what? O is the atom. But here oxygen, how it is available in the nature? In the nature it is available as O2. So see here O2. O oxygen will combine with one more oxygen to form an oxygen molecule. So what the oxygen gas we are taking, that is in the form of O2. So wherever you write, you say that what is the formula of oxygen? What we take? Okay, that is O2, not O. O is this.
Oxygen what is it?
Oxygen is O2. Is this clear now? So these are roughly the oxygen cycle you can see here. Here see plants are releasing the oxygen during the photosynthesis, and this oxygen taken by the animals, means like including human beings also, and they consume, means what they respirate, they take the oxygen, they inhale the oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. Again that carbon dioxide goes to the plants, and with the help of sunlight, plants prepare their food by absorbing the carbon dioxide water in the form of glucose. That is called photosynthesis. So this is called oxygen cycle, how oxygen is available or produced in the atmosphere. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So note down the points. Note down the points written.
Over, sir.
Right. So naturally oxygen is available in the nature. What are the oxygen we required? So we are getting in the nature. Now you say, can we prepare oxygen in the laboratory?
What, sir?
Oxygen actually we can get in the nature. Yes or no? We are getting oxygen. See, we need oxygen for respiration. And how we are taking the oxygen in the nature? Just normally where we are going, we are getting the oxygen in nature. Right? But can we prepare oxygen? So here I said that plants prepare oxygen naturally. During the photosynthesis. So here naturally oxygen is available in the nature, and plants are preparing the oxygen, that we know. Now, can we prepare oxygen in the laboratory? What is your answer? Can we prepare oxygen in the laboratory, in our lab? In the school lab will be there. So in the school lab, can we prepare the oxygen artificially?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
But the answer is yes. We can prepare the oxygen artificially. We can prepare the oxygen in our laboratories. How can? That I am going to explain you now. Now that I am going to explain you one by one. See now. So preparation of dioxygen. Dioxygen means what? O2. Dioxygen means what? O2. So oxygen we can prepare in our laboratories. So how can we prepare? So by heating the
Sir, what is water vapor formula, sir?
what is that?
Water vapor symbol.
Water vapor H2O.
Water vapor and moisture too. Three are same only, sir.
3 are water H2O formula is H2O only. But normally water is present in the liquid state and vapor is present in the gaseous state. That's the difference. This clear?
Yes, sir.
So here preparation of oxygen. So can we prepare the oxygen in the laboratory ways? Yes, we can prepare the oxygen in the laboratory just by heating some salts like chlorates and nitrates and permanganates. Such salts which are available in the nature, in our lab, in our school lab also. Then the school lab also we can prepare the oxygen. How? By heating salts like chlorates. For example, if you take the potassium chlorate, what is the salt?
Potassium chloride.
Potassium chloride, not chlorate. Potassium chlorate. Chloride is KCl. Formula for potassium chloride is KCl. Formula for potassium chlorate is KClO3.
Potassium chloride plus manganese dioxide.
In presence of manganese dioxide. Here manganese dioxide just acts like a catalyst. So on heating, so potassium chlorate decomposes into potassium chloride and oxygen. If you see here in this diagram, so here how we prepare the oxygen in the laboratory. So very simple. Here we can prepare by using the salts which are available in the lab. So it's a very simple. I think in your schools also, if the school run regularly, so this experiment will be easy experiment, and generally teachers will show this experiment in the lab. So here we take one test tube. So this is the test tube. Okay, this is what the test tube. So this is the test tube. Okay, in the test tube, you take some salt called potassium chlorate. Potassium chlorate formula is KClO3. O3. So this is the.
How O3 will come, sir?
How
O3 will come?
That is chlorate. That is a compound that will come. Chloride is different. Chlorate is different. Chloride is KCl. Okay, KCl is called chloride, and KClO3 is called chlorate. So potassium can form potassium chloride also and chlorate also. It is available in your lab. Once if you ask your teacher to show the potassium chlorate, she will show you. Okay, so this is the potassium chlorate, and that little amount of manganese dioxide we add. The manganese dioxide is just acts like a catalyst. Catalyst means what? Which promotes the rate of reaction. Okay, so small amount of potassium manganese dioxide we added. Now it is closed with one holed rubber stopper. Okay, we close with the one holed rubber stopper. There should be one hole. Okay, and in that one hole we insert the delivery tube. This is called delivery tube. Okay, so this is called delivery tube. This delivery tube you insert here. Okay, and this is fixed to the. Okay, this is called water bath. This is called water bath, and in this inverted one more gas collecting jar. This is called a gas collecting jar. Okay, gas collecting jar. So in which the gas is collected. So now this is inverted. Okay, it is fully with water and it is inverted. Okay, now then what happens? We heat the test tube. From here we heat the test tube. Is this clear to you? We heat the test tube. On heating inside the test tube, what is there? Potassium chlorate is there. Okay, this potassium chlorate split into potassium chloride and oxygen. Complete reaction you can see here. By heating oxygen containing salts such as chlorates, nitrates and permanganates, we can prepare the oxygen. So here you see this is called potassium chlorate. Okay, so in the test tube we are taking the potassium chlorate and we are heating. On heating it decomposes. Decomposes means what? Splits. Okay, breaks, divides. Okay, it splits into potassium chloride and oxygen. Potassium chloride and oxygen. So this oxygen is a gas. So this gas comes out through this delivery tube. Can you see the delivery tube here? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this delivery tube, this gas enters into this. Okay, gas collecting jar. Now here what happens? A gas collected due to the downward displacement of water. Due to water, downward displacement of water. Means what? Here the air means that oxygen in the form of bubbles, it is going up. It is going up, and the water present inside, okay, comes down. This is called downward displacement. What is called? Downward displacement. So due to this downward displacement, the water comes down, and here oxygen is collected. So this oxygen is collected. Whenever the total water comes down, then we take out this jar and we close it. Now the amount of the gas collected in the jar is oxygen. Oxygen. So this is the way, one of the way of preparing the oxygen gas in the laboratory. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now let's go to the second method. Second method is also similar to that only, by the thermal decomposition of the oxides of metals. Thermal means what? Heat. Thermal means what? Heat. Thermometer. You know thermometer. For what purpose we use the thermometer? Thermometer is used to check the temperature. Yes or no? So here, so thermal means what? Heat. Decomposition. Decomposition is what? Splitting, breaking. Okay. Thermal decomposition is what? Breaking of a substance by heating. Okay. Dividing the substance by heating is called thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition of oxides of metals. Okay, oxides of metals. Already we completed the metals and non-metals chapter. Yes or no? In that we studied about the metal oxides. So when these metal oxides, when metal react with oxygen, they forms metal oxide. Now this metal oxide again, we can decompose them. Decompose means what? We can break them, we can separate them into metal and oxygen. Into metal and oxygen. So here you can see some examples are given here. Do you know what is Ag2O? What it is called? Ag is a symbol of what? Yes, from silver. Very good. So when you heat the silver oxide, Ag for silver. When you heat the silver oxide, so silver oxide is decomposing, means splitting. Okay. On heating, from the silver oxide, oxygen is coming out. Okay. Oxygen is coming out and silver is getting separated. So here you see, on heating silver oxide, the silver and oxygen both are getting separated, so we can get the oxygen here. Okay. Similarly, mercury, Hgo is what? Hg is what? Mercury. So oxide of mercury also, when we heat, this also decomposes into mercury and oxygen. Okay. And here Pb, what is Pb? Lead. Okay. So lead oxide of lead also, on heating it gives lead peroxide and releasing the oxygen. So these all are here, this silver and here mercury and here this lead, these all are metals. These are all what? Metals. So on heating metals, thermal decomposition. On heating metals, the decomposing means what, the splitting or the separating into metals and oxygen. So in this way we can get the oxygen. Okay. So this is this oxygen, what is gas liberated, that we can collect them and we can store. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So these are the first method, second method of preparation of oxygen. Come on, note down this one. After writing, inform me. I'll go to the next topic. Okay. First write it. After writing, you tell me, so that I'll go to the next slide. Is it done, Pawan?
No, sir.
No, huh? Okay, right.
Finished, sir.
Finished? Very good boy. So now let's go to the next slide. Okay. Now here also again some methods of preparation of oxygen is there. So in the third method is hydrogen peroxide. You know what is hydrogen peroxide? Don't know. Generally, the girls they when use nail polish, you know, they apply the nail polish, and if they want to remove the nail polish, then how they remove? By using the hydrogen peroxide liquid. Okay, there will be a nail polish remover will be there one. Okay, once you check, that liquid is called hydrogen peroxide. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So such hydrogen peroxide also it will be decomposes. Decompose means what I said? Splits. Okay, in presence of some catalyst like manganese dioxide. Then here also that hydrogen peroxide splits into water and oxygen. So here also we can get the oxygen. And see here hydrogen peroxide. The formula is H2O2. So this is called the hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide. Okay, is readily decomposed into water and dioxide. See, it is splitting into this is water and this is oxygen, dioxygen in presence of catalyst called manganese dioxide. In presence of manganese dioxide, then what happens is hydrogen peroxide. That formula is hydrogen peroxide means what? H2O2. Water is H2O. Remember that. Water is H2O formula and hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. So when you take hydrogen peroxide and then what happens, it will be decomposes in presence of manganese dioxide into water and oxygen. So we are getting the oxygen. Our topic is what? Preparation of oxygen. How can we prepare the oxygen? Okay, this is the third method. And fourth method, I think you might have known this experiment, electrolysis of water. It was there in the 7th class, I think so, no? Power? So this is electrolysis of water. Electrolysis means the process of decomposition, means what? The process of splitting a chemical compound into its constituent substances by passing electricity. So see here, the word electrolysis is there. This electrolysis word is taken from two words called electric and lysis. So see here, electrolysis word is taken from which two words? Electric and lysis. Okay, electric and lysis. This both if we join, that becomes electrolysis. So what is the meaning of electric and lysis? Electric means what? Electricity or electric current. Electricity. Okay. Lysis means what? Decomposition. Decomposition. Decomposition is what I said, splitting, separation. Okay. So what we are doing? We are separating the chemical compound. We are separating the chemical compound by passing electricity. By passing electricity, electric current. You know, electric current. So by passing electricity, we are decomposing one compound into two elements. So this are two substances. This is called electrolysis. Is this clear to electrolysis? This experiment actually you can also do at home. Very simple experiment actually this is. So here you see you need to take one beaker. If you don't have the beaker, then what you do? You take one plastic mug. Okay. So you take one plastic mug. Okay. So in your home plastic mugs will be there, no? So you take one plastic mug like this. This is, for example, you think this is mug. Okay, so even if you want to do, I'll explain you this one. So this is one plastic mug. Generally mug will be there like this to handle one. Okay, like this one plastic mug you can take. Okay, into this mug what you do? Make small holes from the bottom. Okay, make a small holes from the bottom and insert it to iron nails. You know the iron nails? So take the two iron nails. Okay, insert two iron nails here inside the insert two iron nails. So I'll change the color for your understanding. Okay, I will take this color. So insert the two iron nails here. Like this, fix the two iron, because this is a plastic, no, you can fix it very easily. Okay, so fix the two iron nails like this here. Okay, now what you do, you fill the water with okay, this mug, fill the water. Okay, so fill the water. Okay, I am filling the water like this. For example, you also fill the water like this. Okay, so like this, fill the water in the mug. Okay, then you take two test tubes. Okay, do you know the test tubes? Now, so take the two test tubes and invert them, and put on this iron nails like this in ulta. Okay, so like this, put the inverted like this, two iron nails, you put it inside the iron nails. Okay, so like this, inside the mug, above the iron nails like this. Okay, inserted two iron nails. Okay, now what you do, take the two wires and connect it to the battery. Okay, take the two wires and connect it to the battery. So take this one wire from here and one wire from here and connect it to the battery. Okay, so let me, this is the battery like this. Okay, connect it to the battery. When you connect it to the battery, then what happens? The electric current flows like this. Yes or no? Okay, the current flows through this one. So in this water, I forgot to say you, in this small amount of salt you should add. Okay, small amount of salt should be added, because salt increases the conductivity. It helps to flow the current through it very easily. Okay, so like this, now connected to the battery. Now we'll observe that when the current passes through this one, now here the bubbles are formed here. Okay, so the bubbles, okay, will form, and as the bubbles are forming and moving upward, the water level in the test tubes will be gradually decreases. And here you see now like this. So here you can see, here till here, this part, all one gas is collected here, and here till here you can see here. So here also one more gas is collected here. Okay, so see the same arrangement like this only here also. So this is the beaker, and in this beaker we are taking two electrodes. We actually, in the place of irons, we are taking the two electrodes, and these electrodes we are connecting to the power source. Power source means what? Battery. This is connected to positive terminal, this is connected to negative terminal. So red wire you can see now, the red wire is connected to positive, and black wire is connected to negative terminal of the battery. And then, okay, we are taking the water in which a small amount of acid, base, if not there, little amount of salt, okay, should be added. Then you pass the electricity. Okay, you connect to the battery. Then what happens? The current passes through that water. Okay, at one test tube, hydrogen gas is collected, and other test tube, oxygen gas is collected. So how we are getting this? Okay, this on passing electricity, the water, H2O, water is decomposing, means water is splitting, or water getting separated into hydrogen and oxygen, and hydrogen gas is collected at the anode, means what? Here, and the oxygen is collected at the cathode, means what? Here. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So this is the preparation of oxygen. So mostly the oxygen is prepared by this electrolysis of water, because water, we have a plenty of water, you know that. Okay, so earth is surrounded by large amount of water, 2/3 quantity of water, you know, and earth part is only 1/3. Yes or no? So we have a large amount of water. So mostly if you want to prepare the oxygen in more quantity, so we use this okay, water electrolysis of water method in the preparation of oxygen. Is this clear to you? So see here, on large scale, means what is the large quantity if you want to prepare? So it can be prepared from water. Okay, electrolysis of water leads to release the hydrogen at cathode and oxygen at anode. So this H2O is a symbol of formula of water, and on electricity, passing electricity, we are getting here hydrogen, we are getting here oxygen. So this is about the preparation of okay, oxygen from peroxide and from electrolysis. Is this clear?
Yes,
You do one thing, you take the screenshot, later you can write it. Okay?
okay, sir.
Yes.
It's a down 2H2O.
2H2O, this is AQ. AQ means what? Aqueous. Aqueous means water, like a liquid, water. Okay? And it is G for gas. This also G for gas. Okay? That's aqueous. So if you want to take, you can take a screenshot. Okay? And then later you can write neatly.
Okay, sir.
Have you taken?
I took, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now one more method of preparation is there. So with that the preparations will be completed. Okay? So this is the last and final preparation. Today with this will stop, and chemical reactions and uses we discuss in the next class. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Alright, this is the last method of preparation. If you want to, just now in the last slide I said, in the large scale, means when you want to prepare the oxygen in the large scale, in the industrially, then how can we prepare? Either by using the water or by using the air. So by the water, this is the process called electrolysis. Okay, and by air, means from the air also we can prepare. Air also we can separate the all components of okay air. In that way also we can prepare the oxygen, and that is called the method called fractional distillation. What method is called? Distillation. Fractional distillation is the method to prepare the okay. So fractional distillation is the method. Industrially we can prepare. So industrially means what? In the large quantities. So you now know okay, industrially dioxin is obtained from okay air by separating. So you know that air consists of what? Okay, nitrogen gas. It consists of oxygen. It consists of some carbon dioxide. Some other gas also will be there. Yes or no? So all these gases will be separated. Okay, industrially if you want to prepare the large scale, so here how we prepare? So industrially dioxin is obtained from air by first removing the carbon dioxide. First what they do, from the oxygen they collect a large amount of oxygen in the tankers, and from that first they remove the carbon dioxide. Then water vapor, then the remaining gases are liquefied. Liquefied means what? These gases will be converted into the liquid. Okay, and fractionally distillated to give the dinitrogen and dioxygen. So here you can see this is the called the fractional distillation column. So here written here fractional distillation column, and by using this fractional distillation column, okay, they separate the oxygen and nitrogen. So in the large quantities, whenever we want to prepare the oxygen in the large quantity, then we use this method. Okay, recently I have seen during the COVID, so many people are suffered due to the lack of oxygen cylinders. Did you see the TV?
Yes, sir, I saw.
So here in the next slide that is there, but in the next class we discuss here. So see here during the this COVID time, The large amount of oxygen was required and amount of oxygen was not in cylinders. It was okay, it was not there. So many people they suffered. Yes or no? So this all we discuss in the next class. But you take the screenshot of this one also. This is one of the most important method of preparing the oxygen in large quantities. Whenever you need more, then we need to prepare by using this method. It is clear?
Yes, sir.
So take the screenshot of this one also. And write later neatly in your notebook, okay?
Okay, sir.
Have you done?
Yes, sir, I do.
Very good. So, read this all. What did I explain you? All you read very well, okay, perfectly. And in the next class, I am going to discuss you the uses of oxygen, where we use, and we discuss about some chemical reactions also. Okay, chemical properties of oxygen. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay then. Bye. Take care.
Bye.